What is going on, guys? In this video today we're going to be talking all about barcodes, and this is one of the most common questions I get asked is, where does this barcode go? What barcodes do I need? How do I apply them? How do I get them to my manufacturer or supplier? Do I have to do it myself? All those different things we're going to cover here today in this video, so stay till the end and you will know exactly what to do with all of your barcodes. So to make it even easier on you guys, I have all the different pictures of the different barcodes so you guys can visualize it, and we can go over each one individually to make sure you really know what you're looking at and you know exactly what that needs to be applied to when it comes to your business. So the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be something called the ASIN number or ASIN code. And this is going to be something that you do not need to worry about. You need to have no part in this. Amazon gives this ASIN number to your listing, and it is just for Amazon to help them keep track of every single listing on Amazon. You don't need to print this, you don't need to give it to anyone, and you don't even need to know about it really. So don't worry about it, totally separated. It has nothing to do with your barcodes or sending out barcodes or applying barcodes to your packaging. So if you don't know where to find an ASIN code, basically, it's in the product details of every single Amazon listing. So you can see it says ASIN right here, and then it is this code right here. And this is good if you guys want to track products in the Jungle Scout product tracker, things like that. You could use the ASIN number to track that product in the tracker on Jungle Scout. And the link for Jungle Scout is down below in the description. Under tools I use, it will say Jungle Scout. Also, another place you can find someone's ASIN is simply by going on their listing and clicking on it right here. And then you're going to see up in the URL, the ASIN will always be included. So right here, that is going to be their ASIN code. If you ever want it to track the product, that's where you can find it. Or you could find it down in the product description like I just showed you in this picture right here. Really quickly, before we continue on with the video, if you guys haven't already subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe right now. And also, if you guys want to get into my course and mentorship, then the link is going to be the first link down in the description below. If you guys have any questions for me before you get into the course, then my contact information is right here. It's askrileyturner@gmail.com, and I will happily answer any questions you have about the course or mentorship before you get in. If not, if you're ready to get in, then you can go ahead and go down below and get into the course and mentorship, and we will get started right away. And if you want to know exactly how the course and mentorship works or what it includes, then everything will be down below on that first link in the description. You guys can watch the video on the homepage, and there's a lot of other helpful information on that website as well. Now that's it, let's get back into the video. But once again, you don't need to put your ASIN on any of your products. You don't need to worry about it. Do not associate it to packaging or shipping. It has nothing to do with that. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, so what codes do you need to actually send your products out, ship your products, get them manufactured correctly? And the first one is going to be something else that's pretty confusing, so bear with me and please listen very clearly. And that code is going to be your UPC code, and it looks exactly like this right here. That is going to be what a UPC code looks like. Now the UPC code is only going to be used for one thing and one thing only, and it is a one-time use code. You're going to use it once and you're never going to need to use it or send it to anyone else again. And that one time is going to be when you're on Amazon Seller Central and you are creating your listing. It's going to ask you for a UPC code, and that is where we enter these numbers right here. So we enter those numbers, and then our listing is now associated with a UPC number or UPC code. And these UPC codes are very cheap because they're one-time use. You don't need to put them on every packaging or get one for every package. So you only need one to create one listing, and it usually costs around $5 for one UPC code. You guys can go on places like Barcode Mania, or there's a lot of other helpful websites out there that will sell UPC codes for very cheap. So usually $5 for one of these, and you only need one of these to create one listing. So if we are selling iPhone cases and we want to list our iPhone case, we are going to need one of these UPC codes to create that iPhone case listing. After we use that UPC code to create the listing, then we will never use that UPC code ever again, and it will never be put on anything else or sent to anyone else. So I really want to make this clear. UPC code, you buy it once, $5, you create your listing with that UPC code, and then you throw it in the trash and never use it again. That's it. So now you're probably asking yourself, well, Riley, what code or what label do we need to put on our product packaging, because you've talked about everything that we don't need to put on. So that is where we come to the first code that you will need to put on your packaging, and that is going to be something that we call the FN SKU, or FNSKU, or product item label, or Amazon barcode. So just know that any of those words I just listed are going to be for this barcode right here. And once again, that's FNSKU, FNSKU, product item label, Amazon barcode, Amazon product item label, anything like that. Those are all going to be the FNSKU or FNSKU. Just to make it easy, I'm going to be using the word FNSKU for the rest of this video, but just know that any of those words mean this label. So please, if you have to, write those down, because when you're talking with suppliers, when you're getting this stuff on Amazon, I want you guys to know that all of those words mean the FNSKU. So write it down just so you don't forget. So the FNSKU is comprised of 3 different parts of information, and that is how you guys can separate it from the UPC, because the UPC only has numbers on it with a barcode. So the FNSKU is going to have 3 pieces of information on it, so you guys cannot get these two confused. So right here we can see I have an example pulled up. So at the top you're going to see the actual barcode with the code right below it, and that is the actual FNSKU. And basically all the FNSKU is for the Amazon FBA warehouses to properly track and send out your product based off of the FNSKU that Amazon gives you. So this barcode is going to be given to you from Amazon on Amazon Seller Central when you create your shipping plan. So when you create your shipping plan, you're going to type in how many products you're sending in. So if you're sending in 200 products, they're going to send you a PDF file of 200 FNSKU codes. When Amazon gives you these FNSKUs, when you create your shipping plan, you're going to send them to your supplier or manufacturer in China, whoever's creating your product and sending it out. So for example, let's say we are sending in 200 products to Amazon. Then on the shipping plan, we're going to type in that we have 200 of these products getting sent in, and Amazon is going to allow us to download this PDF of all these FNSKUs, and there will be 200 of them since we're sending in 200 products. Now what we do with that PDF is we then forward it or email it or WhatsApp or Skype or whatever form of contact you're using. You're going to send that to your supplier or manufacturer, whoever's creating your product, and they are going to individually apply these FNSKU codes to your product packaging. Just one second, I'm going to go get an example product of something I bought recently. I'm going to go try to find something, and I'll show you exactly what it should look like on your product packaging. Okay, so here we go. We're going to continue with the example of selling an iPhone case. I just happened to find a brand new iPhone case in the packaging from Amazon. So right here at the bottom, we're going to see this is the FNSKU code I just talked about. So it's going to be applied to your individual product packaging, not any big shipping box. It's going to be individually put on your custom packaging or whatever packaging you have, just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a close-up really quick so you can kind of see it's exactly what is on the screen that I was just showing you. That is exactly what it should look like on your packaging, just like that. And these codes cannot be covered up. They cannot be on the edges, cut off, or anything like that. And if you have a good supplier or a good shipping company, they will know exactly how to do all that. Okay, so back on the picture example I have here, so it looks exactly like the one I just showed you with the iPhone case right there. So at the top is going to be a barcode with an actual code below it, and that is going to be the actual FNSKU that the FBA warehouse is going to scan so they know what your product is and who bought it and where they're sending it, things like that. And then below the barcode, you're going to see there's going to be a brief name or brief description of what your product is. So right there, if we had iPhone cases, it would say like iPhone X, iPhone case, something like that with maybe your company name. And then below that you can see it says condition. So if it's new, used, refurbished, anything like that, it is going to show as the condition on the very bottom. So those are the 3 pieces of information on the FNSKU code. Make sure you download the PDF from your shipping plan, you send it to your supplier, and then they put it on your individual packaging just like this. Now the last thing is going to be the shipping labels or box labels. So let's just say we have 150 of these iPhone cases, and we need to put all 150 iPhone cases into a big shipping box so we could send it to the United States to the FBA warehouse. So that big shipping box has to have some sort of shipping code or shipping label or box label to actually get it to the United States to the correct address. Because if not, no one would know where it's getting sent to or who it is getting sent from, things like that. So this is going to be the box labels that Amazon will give you at the very end of your shipping plan. They will send you the correct amount of box labels based off of how many big shipping boxes you have. And you can fit and you have a maximum of 150 units or 150 products or 150 iPhone cases we can fit in each shipping box. So if we have 300, we're going to have 2 big shipping boxes with 2 separate box labels like this one. You can see it says shipped from, and this is going to be where the supplier's address is for in China or whatever. And then on the other side it says shipped to, and this is where the Amazon FBA warehouse address is going to be. And it is as simple as that, and everything else your supplier will know what to do. They'll know exactly what to do with these shipping codes and everything. They're not dumb. They've done this plenty of times. So just forward these over to them. Same way as with the FN SKUs, through a PDF, through email, or whatever form of contact you guys are using, and that should be fine, and they will know exactly what to do from there on out. Now, there are a few other different labels or codes that you're going to need on your product, but it is only in specific situations. For example, if you have some sort of battery product, you're going to need a battery warning label. If you're selling a product and you're packaging it in a poly bag, then you're going to need a choking label on it. That way, any small children don't get harmed by it. That's just the law. That's something we have to do, and along with a lot of other different regulations for certain different kinds of products. So that's why it's very important that you know what you're doing, you have someone to guide you, and you know that you're putting all the proper labels on your product, or else Amazon will not be too happy with you. So make sure that you're following all the rules and regulations and everything else that we just talked about, all these different shipping codes right here. Make sure that you know exactly what every single one is and where to put them, how to apply them, how to send them, everything like that, and how to fill out all the information correctly when you're creating your shipping plan, because if you miss any of that information, then it can mess up your box labels, it can mess up your FN SKU, and then you'll be in some deep trouble with Amazon. So don't want any of that to happen. You do not want to have a nightmare situation. That is why it is so important to know what you're doing and have someone guiding you if you can. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I really hope I cleared up the barcode process and I explained how barcodes work very well. I hope that you guys have no more questions about this and you are all set to move forward with your business. So before you guys go, make sure you go down below and click on the like button if you learned anything new. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. Last but not least, go down below, leave me a comment. Let me know if you subscribed. Also, let me know if you have any questions, and I respond to every single comment. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you guys in the next video, or I will see you guys if you email me, or I will see you guys if you get into the course and mentorship, and then we will get started and get you on your way to becoming a top Amazon seller. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.